Alright everyone, let's get straight into what is happening in Osun State because this story has been generating serious conversation across political circles, among workers, and among citizens who want to understand how public money is being managed. There is a major disagreement over a payroll audit that allegedly uncovered about 13 billion naira in questionable payments, and now the state government is pushing back strongly, saying the figures are not accurate and that the consultant behind the report inflated the numbers. Before we go deeper, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss important updates like this. The situation began after a payroll review exercise was carried out to examine the list of workers and pensioners being paid by the state. The goal of such exercises is usually simple: verify who is genuinely employed, confirm records, and remove any irregular entries so that government spending becomes more efficient. Payroll audits are not unusual in Nigeria because many states have conducted similar exercises in the past to address concerns about ghost workers and outdated records. According to the claims that triggered the controversy, the consultant involved in the audit reported that there could be significant irregularities within the payroll system. The report suggested that thousands of entries might not have been properly verified during the process, and that cleaning up the system could save the state billions of naira annually. Such claims naturally attracted attention because any suggestion that public funds might be misapplied is always a serious matter. However, the Osun State government quickly responded by rejecting the allegation. Officials stated that the figures presented were misleading and did not reflect the reality of the state's payroll. They explained that many workers flagged during the verification process were actually legitimate employees whose records required clarification rather than removal. According to government representatives, the audit findings were exaggerated and did not account for proper documentation available within ministries and agencies. The government also emphasized that it has been implementing reforms aimed at improving transparency and accountability, including digital record keeping and verification processes. Officials argued that the administration has nothing to hide and remains committed to ensuring that workers are paid correctly while safeguarding public funds. As the disagreement became public, it turned into a debate about credibility. On one side, the consultant maintains that the audit was conducted carefully and that the findings reflect genuine concerns about the payroll system. On the other side, the government insists that the conclusions are inaccurate and that the report does not represent a fair assessment of the situation. This kind of dispute raises important questions. When an audit identifies possible issues, how should those findings be verified? Should there be an independent review to confirm the results? And how can authorities ensure that genuine workers are not affected while addressing any irregularities that may exist? For many citizens, the story is not just about numbers, it is about trust. People want to know that resources meant for development are being used effectively. They want reassurance that salaries are going to real workers who provide services to communities. They also want confidence that any concerns raised are handled transparently. There is also a political dimension to consider. In Nigeria, financial controversies often become part of wider political discussions, especially when different parties interpret events through their own perspectives. Some voices have called for deeper investigations to clarify the situation, while others argue that the matter should be resolved through administrative review rather than public debate. The conversation has extended beyond government offices into everyday discussions. Civil servants are naturally interested because payroll reviews can create uncertainty, especially when verification exercises are ongoing. Many workers want assurance that their records are correct and that payments will not be disrupted. At the same time, taxpayers expect careful oversight to prevent waste. Looking at the broader context, payroll management has long been a challenge across various levels of government in Nigeria. Over the years, authorities have introduced biometric systems, digital databases, and verification exercises to improve accuracy. These efforts have helped identify discrepancies in some cases, but they have also highlighted the complexity of managing large public sector workforces. Experts often point out that maintaining accurate payroll systems requires constant updating, clear documentation, and strong oversight. When records are not regularly reviewed, errors can accumulate over time. This is why audits are considered an important part of financial management, even though they can sometimes lead to disagreements about interpretation. In this particular situation, what stands out is the strong language used by both sides. The consultant has defended its methodology, saying the audit involved detailed verification steps. Meanwhile, government officials have expressed confidence in their internal records and have questioned the conclusions drawn from the exercise. The difference in perspectives has fueled ongoing discussion about what the true picture might be. For ordinary citizens watching the story unfold, the key issue is clarity. People want clear explanations about what the audit found, how the figures were calculated, and what steps will be taken moving forward. Transparency is essential because it helps reduce speculation and builds confidence in public institutions. Another important aspect is the impact on governance. Financial disputes can influence public perception of leadership, especially when they involve large sums of money. Leaders often emphasize accountability to demonstrate that they are committed to responsible management. At the same time, they must ensure that communication is clear so that misunderstandings do not escalate. Observers note that resolving such disputes typically involves careful review of documents, verification of records, and sometimes involvement of oversight bodies. The process can take time because it requires thorough examination to ensure accuracy. While discussions continue, stakeholders are watching closely to see how the matter will be addressed. The story also highlights the importance of strong systems. Modern payroll management relies on technology, but technology alone is not enough. Proper training, regular audits, and effective supervision are equally important. When these elements work together, the likelihood of errors decreases and confidence increases. As conversations continue, some people are asking whether more details should be made public. Greater openness can help citizens understand the situation better and reduce uncertainty. It can also demonstrate a commitment to transparency, which is an important principle in democratic governance. At this point, what remains clear is that both sides stand by their positions. The government maintains that there is no fraud and that the figures have been overstated. The consultant insists that the audit identified genuine concerns that deserve attention. The difference in views underscores the complexity of managing large administrative systems. Let's pause briefly here to remind you to like this video and subscribe so you stay updated on important developments like this and other major stories shaping the country. Continuing with the discussion, it is useful to consider how similar situations have been handled in the past. In several states, payroll audits have led to reforms, policy adjustments, and improved record keeping. Lessons learned from previous exercises often guide future actions, helping authorities refine processes and prevent recurring issues. Another angle is the role of oversight institutions. Agencies responsible for monitoring public spending play a crucial role in ensuring accountability. Their involvement can provide independent assessment and help resolve disputes by examining evidence carefully. When institutions function effectively, they strengthen public confidence. The ongoing debate in Osun also reflects broader conversations about fiscal discipline. Governments at all levels face pressure to manage limited resources efficiently while meeting the needs of citizens. Ensuring that payroll expenses are accurate is a key part of this responsibility because personnel costs often represent a significant portion of budgets. Citizens are also interested in how the issue might affect service delivery. When financial questions arise, people naturally wonder whether projects or programs could be impacted. Clear communication from authorities helps address such concerns and reassure the public that services will continue without disruption. From a governance perspective, handling controversies with transparency and professionalism is essential. Open dialogue, factual clarification, and respect for due process contribute to constructive outcomes. These principles help maintain stability and foster trust between government and citizens. As discussions unfold, analysts emphasize the need for patience. Complex administrative matters cannot be resolved overnight, and careful review is necessary to ensure fairness. Rushing conclusions can lead to misunderstandings, so stakeholders often encourage measured approaches. For workers within the system, the situation underscores the importance of keeping records updated and participating fully in verification exercises. Accurate information helps prevent confusion and ensures that processes run smoothly. Cooperation between employees and administrators is vital for maintaining reliable systems. Another point worth noting is public interest in accountability. Nigerians increasingly demand transparency in governance, and stories like this attract attention because they touch on issues that affect everyone. Open communication helps address questions and promotes informed discussion. The evolving situation may also prompt further reviews or policy considerations aimed at strengthening financial management. Continuous improvement is a hallmark of effective administration, and learning from challenges can lead to better outcomes in the long run. As we follow this story, the focus remains on facts and developments. Clear reporting helps viewers understand what is known, what is disputed, and what steps may come next. Staying informed allows citizens to engage thoughtfully with issues that shape public life. We are approaching the final part of this discussion, and it is important to emphasize that responsible handling of public resources is a shared priority. Governments, institutions, and citizens all play roles in promoting transparency and accountability. Constructive dialogue contributes to progress and helps build stronger systems. Thank you for staying with this detailed breakdown. If you found this informative, please like this video and subscribe for more clear and balanced updates. We will continue to monitor the situation and bring you the latest developments as they emerge. Stay informed and take care.